Shanti. My dearest beloved child, I want to tell you how much I love you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, I cannot but love you. Do you know that you pull at my mind and my heart? My vision is always upon you. I cannot miss being with you for even a moment. You are the light of my eyes, the star child seated on my heart throne. You are my shining star child. I place your virtues and specialities before my eyes. You may not know your qualities, but I surely know them. You are my precious jewel, the one whom I constantly carry in my heart. My sweet child, do you know how much you are loved and treasured? You thought I was far away, but I am not. You were afraid that I had forgotten you, but I am always with you. You thought I was not to be understood, but I am like you. We are both the same, pure beings. Our form is light and our nature is love. You and I, we have so much in common. We are family. My child, come, sit with me. Let us be extremely silent. Let us be introspective of mind. Let us be so close of heart. Let us be together in peace. Continue to strengthen your light from my light, and no storm will harm you. Continue to put your hand in mine, and sadness will not come to you. I will remove your sorrows. Continue to recognize my lightness. Then my peace and serenity will remain by your side, and you will remain happy and content. Continue to make my thoughts yours, and the struggles of the world will be threaded into a carpet under your feet. In my company, you will always be above peacelessness of this world. You are my helper in bringing light to the world of darkness. You are my sweet co-creator child. Understand the laws that work between you and I. The more you think of me, the more I will be pulled to think of you. The more you come up above to me, the more I will come down to you. The more you give me what you call yours, the more I can give you what is mine. The more you support me in my task of world transformation, the more I can relieve you of the burden of your task and make you happy and light. Believe me, my child, I am unlimited in giving. Learn to take from me always, with every breath, with every thought, with every glimpse. Taking from me will only make you happy, pure and free. Be responsible of your mind and your choices. Come, surrender your burdens to me. I am ready to take them from you. Whatever you get in my house, it is I who give it to you. Of course, I have my helpers. They are always here. They are there and everywhere. But always it is I who give to you through them. I have my angel helpers. Accept everything with joy and give your thanks to me. While many seek me, there are very few who find me. But you have found me. You have such a wonderful fortune. Oh, my beloved child, you are my shining star of success. To the ones who have found me, they are able to receive all the beautiful gifts and blessings that I wanted to bestow upon them. But you have to be there, ready and willing to receive them. And one more thing. You are so special, so special. Learn to be what you really are. Shine and blossom. And then I will show you off to the world. You are one of my beautiful divine flowers, full of fragrance and sweetness. You will take pride of place in my garden. Letting go is the key to be with me and to receive my treasures. Everything you can see with those physical eyes will end. Let it go. Everything you can touch, it is just an illusion. Let it go. Everything that people have told you about me, forget about it. Let it go. Oh, soul child, learn to be in your body costume without identifying with it. Learn to respect your body without holding it too close to your heart. Because the place in your heart belongs to me. I only like to sit there. To be seated in your heart, and the safest place for you to be seated on my heart throne. Come, let us sit together, always. At some time you will leave that body behind and continue your soul journey. Even then, we will always be together. Those bodies, families, names, everything will change on your journey through time. Everything will change except my love for you. That will never change. My love for you is eternal and unconditional. I truly love you. Do you understand what I am saying to you? I am your father. I am your mother. I am your friend. I am your advisor. I am your gardener, your alchemist. I am your remover of sorrow and giver of happiness. I am the comforter of your heart. I am yours and you are mine. Call me my Baba and I will hear you through out all the universe, and I will rush to be near you whenever you want, wherever you are. My dear sweet child, just know that I will be there for you. And child, let me hear from you. Let me participate in your joys and hopes. Let me be part of your life. I love you so much. When you are with me, I feel safe, protected and loved. Tell me, what makes you happy? And I will rejoice with you. Your tears, those I will wipe away for you. Show me your tears and fears. I will adorn you with courage. Show me your doubts, and my clarity will lift the veil of confusion from your intellect. Show me your mishaps, and I will teach you the lesson and show you how to laugh at them. Show me your strength. I will use you for my purpose. Show me your purity. I will shed tears of love for you. Come, become a co-creator of the new world of peace and happiness with me. Learn to share yourself with me, for we belong to each other. You are so special, so special. I am that one you have been searching for. I am that same one, the supreme divine God. I am your mother. I am your father. I am your Baba. I am yours. You are mine. Our relationship is one that is eternal. So, simply remember me.
Om Shanti. So, Sister Meera is the first Brahma Kumari I ever met. She gave me the course and put such a stamp on me that I never left Baba. So it's my pleasure to introduce her and to welcome her on behalf of all of you. Those who are at the back, if you don't mind coming to the front, that would be nice.
Om Shanti. Good evening. All of us are aware of ourselves as souls with the three faculties: the mind, the intellect, and sanskaras. the power of thoughts, the power of decision making, and power of actions. We always wonder when we talk about heart of the soul, we know the mind, the intellect are in the soul. But when we talk about the heart, many of us wonder, where is the heart in the soul? And I think Dadi Janki has taken up this subject many times, and she has clarified it. So actually, the heart of the soul is submerged in the intellect itself. So in spiritual terminology, we call it as the conscience. Conscience, not consciousness, the conscience. And this conscience, the heart of the soul, we always represent in two qualities. Whenever we talk about the heart, we connect it with love. Whenever we talk about the heart, we connect it with the truth. So that is why we use in common language, when we are saying something honestly, we say, I am telling this from my heart. I am speaking the truth. And whenever we are doing something with love, also we represent the heart. I am doing it from my heart. So, heart is the symbol of love and truth. Now, when we talk about heart of the soul, there are 4 types of heart. As I talk to you, you can check which category of heart do you have. One is, of course, open heart. Open heart means give and take is easy. You give, you receive. The flow is very natural. Open heart. And the other heart is closed heart. Neither it can receive nor it can share. It's just closed heart. And thirdly, broken heart. Because of some kind of betrayal, some kind of disappointment, there is that broken heart. And also the 4th one, heavy heart. People carry a lot of resentment, revenges against people, and so heavy heart. So when we come to Baba, Baba does the heart surgery. He makes the broken heart into whole heart. He mend our heart. So we become one with a happy heart. So happy heart is a healthy heart. And a healthy heart is a clean heart. So what I need to have in this Brahmin life in order to experience flying stage is a clean heart, which includes happiness, health, everything. So what are some of the signs of a clean heart now? Clean heart means actually honest heart, inside, outside, same. A clean heart means the one who can forgive and forget. Not just forgive, but forget. A clean heart means a heart which doesn't have any guilt. Many times we feel the guilt in our heart for the mistakes we do, for the sins we commit, because we do not realize and ask for forgiveness. A clean heart doesn't have any guilt in the conscience. A clean heart also means a heart which only picks up good from everyone and from everything. So it's clean. There is no rubbish in the heart, no blockages in the heart. So that is why it can communicate with the comforter of hearts very easily. Clean heart also means actually to be truthful to myself and be truthful to Baba and to the family. It's all connected with honesty and truth. So our heart was actually closed up, but Baba came and with his love, he opened up our hearts. So let me look deep into my heart, and if there is any rubbish, either of the past of myself or of the past of others, I realize and transform them so that my heart is ready for the comforter of hearts to be seated. So it is very much connected with what I call sometimes as intuition. There is a tutor inside teaching me constantly, intuition, guiding me, directing me, whispering to me, but very often we don't listen to it. Either we ignore it or we bypass it. As a result of that, we experience a lot of regret and repentance after we have acted, because we realize that, there was a whisper telling me don't do that, but I went against it. So I'm going to share with you a little bit later why this happens. Why is that we ignore that inner whisper or the inner voice that is coming from within? But then it is also important to understand this is the heart of the soul, but the head of the soul is intellect. So intellect is more rational, constantly thinking, constantly inquiring, questioning its rational aspects. To be intelligent does not mean that you are a wise person. You may be an intelligent person, but you may not be wise. So, when we become Baba's children, what does Baba do to us? He first of all awakens our intellect, because intellect was asleep. So Baba awakens our intellect and make our intellect divine. From ordinary intellect, our intellect becomes divine. So you may wonder, how did my intellect become divine? You remember the first day when you came to Baba's home, you were taught the first lesson, I am a soul. And your intellect absorbed that information and realized and accepted it. So your intellect became divinized. Your intellect got spiritualized. Your third eye was open. So what is that third eye that opened? Is awakening of my conscience. So that is why whenever you are soul conscious, whenever you are aware of yourself as a soul, you can listen to the inner voice guiding you very clearly. But when I am not soul conscious, when I am body conscious, that voice gets suppressed because the head suppresses the heart. And that is why we regret a lot for what we do. So the intellect was asleep. Means even though the soul was in the body, I was not aware I am a soul. So it is as if I was dead. I was asleep. So Baba came and awakened our third eye, awakened our inner conscience. So we begin to see ourselves, the real self. Who am I for the first time? And so I would say, the intellect is a very, very important faculty of the soul, which is responsible for making decision. So we must always make sure our intellect is clear. If the intellect is not clear, your decision will be not always right. Now, what is clarity of intellect? Clear intellect means what? Before you make your intellect clear, it has to be clean. Anything that is clean can only be clear. So what I have seen in Brahmin life is intellect get infectious. Intellect gets infection very quickly, because it is very subtle and it can get infection very fast. And when the intellect is infectious, neither it is clean nor clear. The divinity of the intellect is lost. So I need to look into the reasons why I get infection on the intellect. So there are 4 areas we can look into. First of all, intellect get influenced. Any kind of influence is infection. That removes the clarity and cleanliness of the intellect. Now the influence on the intellect can be either positive or negative also. For example, you can get impressed by someone, because of their speciality, and you lose your self-respect and go after them. So that means you have lost your own clarity of the intellect and you are doing what they are doing out of blind faith, imitating them without knowing. So this is like getting impressed by someone, loses my self-respect, that is an influence. Yes, Baba says, appreciate the speciality of others. Acknowledge the speciality of others. That is a virtue. Impressed by someone is a disease. The second thing that happens is I try to impress others. So that is another kind of disease of the intellect. So I have to make sure to keep the clarity, I can go beyond these influences. Appreciate, acknowledge, but don't get impressed. The second influence of the intellect, that makes it infectious is doubt. See, we always hear Baba talking about faith in the intellect and doubt in the intellect. Both comes on the intellect itself. And so if there is doubt in the intellect, it's an infection. You cannot have clarity. Your intellect is blur, And why do we have doubts? And Dadi Janki always tells us it is the wrong company that we keep. So company affects your intellect and makes you doubtful. So take care of the company you keep to avoid the infection of doubt. And sometimes Dadi also have called doubt as a disease of the intellect. It is worse than cancer, say. Once it comes, it won't leave you alone until it uproots you from Brahmin life. So never ever allow doubt in your intellect because it removes the clarity. And then the third infection comes through Manmat and Parmat. No, there are 3 things: Shrimat, Manmat and Parmat. So sometimes we follow the dictates of others without even knowing. Or sometimes we follow the dictates of our own minds. And that removes the clarity. So if I want to keep my intellect clean and clear, you need to make sure you follow Srimad. Srimad of God is the best method to keep the intellect clean and clear. So once I am able to go beyond the infections, then I am able to work on allowing my conscience to guide me. You see, one thing we should all practice in Brahmin life is more and more soul consciousness. Many of us think that because we know we are soul, we are already soul conscious. No. If you are really soul conscious in a natural way, your intellect is always awakened. And when your intellect is awakened, you listen to your conscience clearly. All your actions are guided by your conscience, inner tutor, intuition, and it cannot go wrong. And I call, that kind of intellect following Srimad at every step as a plain intellect, clean intellect, clear intellect also is a plain intellect. Plain does not mean blank. Plain intellect means one Baba and none other. If I have more than one in my intellect, then you cannot experience flying stage. If you want to fly like an aeroplane, you must have a plain intellect. Plain intellect is when you follow Srimad at every step. So that is why Baba tells us in the Murli from time to time, if you are not sure whether this is Srimad or not, verify from the seniors so that you will have clarity. Something that happens in Brahmin life, we have all gone through. This mind of the soul is very cunning, very smart. It will try to deceive your heart and make you follow Manmata Srimad. And then afterwards you begin to regret, So whatever is in my subconscious mind, sanskara, it becomes conscious from time to time as we are exposed to situation. So the mind tried to suppress the intellect and convince the heart to work together. And of course, at that time, if I am not having attention on myself, I will be deceived. This is why Dadi has been telling us that first of all, you have to clear your chit. Chit is part of my subconscious mind. So whatever is in my chit, in my subconscious mind, it will become conscious from time to time as I'm exposed to relationship, service, whatever. But I have to make sure my intellect is awakened. That means I have to make sure I am aware of myself as a soul. So even though the mind tries to deceive, but your intellect will make clear decision by having a dialogue. This is very important. Don't suppress the mind, but have a dialogue between your mind and your heart. Intellect will only have judgment once the mind and the heart are in harmony. Then it becomes easy to make the right decision without regret. So this is a process that happens constantly. No, that is why once Mohini Ben from New York was also describing the state of soul consciousness means mind, intellect, heart, and subconsciousness all are in harmony. No conflict, no disharmony, no disunity. And that is silence. Silence is when all four of them working in harmony. That is actually called plain intellect. And when I am experiencing such soul consciousness, then I can experience flying stage easily. So what it means to fly? How do you know you are experiencing flying stage? You don't feel levitation. You know, some people think that way. When you fly means you go uplifted from the ground. No, no levitation. Flying stage means beyond gravity. Beyond gravity. That means beyond the pull of the five elements. Because you have attained mastery over yourself. And so because of that self-mastery, so you are, you have conquered five elements of matter. You have conquered mind, intellect, and sanskaras. So you are beyond gravity. You know, if you have heard the experience of people who have been in the space, how do they move in the space? There is no oxygen, no gravity there. So they are floating. You know, those who are in the space, they are floating most of the time. But when I am experiencing flying stage, I am not floating, but I am flying. What it means is being beyond. In the body, but beyond the pull of the matter. Beyond gravity. Have you experienced that flying stage? Beyond gravity, because all the faculties of the soul are under my control. I am the self-sovereign. I am the master. So I can lift my consciousness and take it to the soul world or take it to the subtle region and stay there as long as I want. You know, you have the handbrake in your hand. That means you are having controlling power and ruling power. All the faculties are working together. There is no conflict. You know, the moment conflict starts between the head and the heart, the mind and the intellect, you drop. That is when I just get feeling of being grounded. So even though I try my best to experience flying stage, flying stage means beyond the pull of the matter. Pull of the matter means not the 5 elements only, but even beyond the attraction of objects made out of matter. Today, Brahmins have not conquered it yet. We have only conquered 5 sense organs, but we have yet to conquer the 5 senses. The sense of touch, the sense of sound, the sense of taste, sense of sight. So we haven't conquered the 5 senses. But to fly means to conquer the senses. So that means I am the master, I am in my eternal, original state as I was in the soul world, as an angel in the subtle region. So that means that I need to work on, when I am on the ground, practically to go beyond desires, to practically go beyond attractions, to practically go beyond the senses. So I become a free bird. I can go whenever I want to the subtle region. I can go to the soul world and stay as long as I want. So flying stage means to be beyond gravity, beyond the pull of matter. Just like Baba gives the example of aeroplane, when it is flying, like say 30,000 meters above sea level or whatever, you don't see anything except clouds, isn't it? You don't see anything down below, nothing. So here also not only clouds, but we are originally in our abode. So flying stage actually gives us the realization of our eternal form, eternal quality, eternal sanskaras of the soul world, and also as an angel in the subtle region. So now we have to let go. Why angels are always shown to be flying? Their feet never touch the earth. What it means that there is no attraction for anything that is made out of matter, including the body. We are here in the body just for namesake, just for the sake of serving, That is why what I would like to suggest while you are here in Madhuban this time, experiment that you transport yourself to the subtle region and consider that you are the resident of the subtle region, and you come down as a visitor to the corporeal world to do certain things which you have to use your body, but as soon as it's over, you go back to your residence. Just like Bab Dada comes for a short while into the body of Dadi Gulzar, and then as soon as he finishes, he goes back. So nothing of this world can attract me. Try to practice this. Change your address from the corporeal world to the subtle region. Once you are resident of the subtle region, Parandam is very close, I tell you. Very close, Parandam. You can jump into Parandam very fast. But the only problem is for us to go from this land of death into the region of white light, the subtle region. So when you change your address automatically change. Yeah? Angel's dress is double light. And then from double light to become just a point of light in the soul world is easy. So just to remind yourself, it's time. It is time to fly. Baba is calling us. Baba is waiting for us to join him so we can fly back home. So we need to have these two stages. Cleanliness of the heart. Heart should be clean. Because if there is anything hidden in the heart, guilt in your conscience, write a letter to Baba, ask for forgiveness. That is why Baba says in the Sakar Murlis, write your life story to Baba. 50% of it will be forgiven. So anything that makes my heart heavy, speak to Baba. Baba is there. He is listening. He will listen to it and he will respond to you. And make your heart very light and your intellect clear. Let it be according to Srimad. Don't bring any Manmat or Parmat, or don't allow any doubt to come, and don't try to get influenced by anybody. Because this is a very bad defect. It's a vice, actually, to influence and get influenced. Appreciation is always good for us. So appreciate, acknowledge, be in your seat of self-respect. This is my experience also. When you see the speciality of others, while knowing your speciality and your weaknesses, you will never get impressed or you will never get depressed about your weakness also. Because they have that speciality, you have another speciality. But I don't need to have any ego of my speciality also, because it is Paramatam Prasad. It's a gift from God, But at the same time, I also have some defects. So I cannot have any ego of my speciality. I still need to work on myself. So if I can keep that in my mind and see the speciality of others, we will never get impressed. But we do appreciate, because everyone is unique. One cannot be compared with the other, right? And so then I am able to maintain that stability. For me, flying stage means to be able to feel progress at every step. What you are today, where you are today, tomorrow you have gone close to your aim and object. You are coming close and close and close to your destination. So confidence increases. You are not stagnant or midget, If that happens in my life, I must check. What is it that blocking me, So that is why we have to take care of our intellect in this Brahmin life. I feel personally, intellect is the greatest asset. You know, it's an asset that Baba has given to human beings. So we must make use of that intellect in the right way. Never allow any influence on the intellect. You know, never, never. Because the moment I allow any influence, the intellect gets clouded. I will be doing wrong thing and I will be saying I'm doing the right thing. I don't have the power to discriminate. So one thing, of course, when I am in that state, if some seniors, recognize that I am under influence and they tell you, at that time you should be so thankful to them. Because at least they are helping you to come out of that influence and be under Baba's influence. Somebody told me something the other day, I was very touched by that. Because if your intellect is influenced by any other soul, Baba will not influence your intellect. He won't touch your intellect. Because Baba will touch your intellect when your intellect is unadulterated. Clean, divine and clear. Divine intellect means no duality. We spend a lot of time in Brahmin life having this duality. Should I do this or not? Should I do that or not? Is this Srimad? Is it Manmat? So much time goes on that duality. So as long as duality exists in my intellect, that is not a clear intellect. There is someone in between me and Baba. So I must clear that first of all, so that my intellect becomes a plain paper. Plain intellect, except Baba, Srimad, there is nothing else. Then you will see yourself, constantly flying. That means the feet of your intellect doesn't touch the earth. That is flying. The feet of the intellect doesn't touch the earth, the body or elements of matter or any objects made out of elements of matter. So that means you are constantly flying. So I can reach my destination on time, because as the time is short now, there is no other speed we can use except flying stage. So I am able to reach my destination on time with flying stage. It's a non-stop, And for that also one formula that we can use, constantly flying, follow mother and father. Don't follow brother and sister. Take good qualities from everyone. Don't get impressed by anyone. But take good quality from everyone, but follow only one. Then you are guaranteed that you will reach your destination on time with flying stage. And so I remember in my childhood days when I used to see birds flying in the sky, I always used to think, I wish I was a bird like that, Freedom, no limit. But of course, when we begin to let go of our feet touching, the 5 elements of matter go beyond gravity, attraction, you experience that freedom. So hopefully this time in Madhuban, you will be able to experience the flying stage, reaching your destination, subtle region and Parandam, so that that practice will continue. As I said, you can change your address from today. Our permanent address is Mount Abu, of course, but for the time being, until Bap Dada comes on the 15th, let us have our address from corporeal world to the subtle region. And naturally your dress change. So you come down into the corporeal world only for certain tasks and don't stay here. And the proof of being the resident of the subtle region is no sound. You can do everything. You can eat, walk, sleep, bathe, come to class, do everything in silence. You will learn to speak the language of signals. And so it is a training, that I can give it to myself. So finally, we have to make this corporeal world become subtle region anyway. So when all of us practice while we are here, then it is possible. So these 2 things are very important to allow us to keep flying. Clarity, clean heart, and clear intellect. So anything that is disturbing, check yourself, write letter to Baba tonight and get the clarity signal so you can start flying from that moment onwards, right? And so we are going to have half an hour meditation now. So in that half an hour also, we remind ourselves, that it is time now, just like, in the time of dusk, what happens? At the time of dusk, everybody is returning to their home. The birds, the animals, and all species, they are going back to their home. Because the sunset reminds us it is return journey. So now we are in the dusk, the confluence age. So everything is wind up now, pack up. Now, time to go home. So see yourself in that mood and try to experiment yourself. First of all, go to the subtle region and then to the soul world and see if you can stay there for half an hour, at least 30 minutes. Of course, there is no clock in the subtle region or soul world. There is no day and night. It's always light. It's always light. No time beyond time. So you can spend your time in a timeless way and enjoy meeting Baba personally. Baba will be only exclusively for you, and take as much inheritance you want, power, peace, love, bliss, whatever, and make your Brahmin life a life of enjoyment, a life filled with super sensuous joy. So are you ready to fly? Your flight is ready, your wings are okay. So leave all the physical things behind, sit straight, alert, and spend the next 30 minutes just in this flight. You are now changing your residence from the corporeal world to the subtle region and then to the soul world. Okay? So let us enjoy this flying stage, having a clean heart and a clear intellect. Om Shanti. If you have telephone, please turn it off, because there is no telephone in the subtle region. Om Shanti. This time of the dusk reminds all of us about the unlimited time in the world cycle, just as at the end of the day during the dusk, all the living beings, animals, return to their home. I, the soul, I am on this journey of life. I have taken so many births and played my part on this field of action. Now I am almost coming to the end of my journey. This is the time to return home. The setting sun at the time of dusk is reminding me of the source, my real original home, original father. I feel someone is calling from a distance. Now it is time to return home. I begin to pack up my mind from this old world, from this old body, and all the variety of relationships that I had. Come, let us go home to our original home. Stabilize yourself in your original eternal form, completely detached from this body. This is the time for our mind and intellect to concentrate on one. This is the time to concentrate our mind and intellect totally on one Shiv Baba. I have seen a lot. I have heard a lot. I have even performed a lot of action in my journey of life. Now it is time to detach myself from the sense organs. Go beyond. Become an observer. See yourself. See this world. And detach yourself from your intellect, from this old world, and let us fly beyond this world of matter beyond the sky, beyond into the region of golden red light, my sweet silence home. In this sweet silence home, I see myself in the presence of Shiv Baba, the comforter of hearts. I merge. I am totally lost in Baba's lap. I am experiencing so much rest and comfort in God's lap. So much love. It cannot be described in words. In this experience of love, there is so much of purity. I am so blissful, powerful, and peaceful. I have everything with me now. I have lost myself. I have even forgotten my personality. Bas, myself and Baba. I am merged in the ocean of love. I don't feel like coming out of this ocean. Let me stay lost and enjoy the warmth of God's love. I don't need anything. I have everything, full, complete in this stage of being beyond. Now slowly, holding on to this stage, I come down from Parandam. I return to this world of matter. Once again, I return to my body to ignite the lamp of many souls. Om Shanti.
आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। जहाँ होता है मानव का धन, वहीं होता है उसका मन। इसलिए परमात्मा ने बताया, मुझसे लगा लो अपना मन। हम सा नहीं कोई जमाने में, रचना रचता का ज्ञान जिसे, पर ऐसा भी बनना होगा, नहीं कभी अभिमान जिसे। यहाँ हमारा